ABC Kinderteach presents Martin's Big Words, written by Doreen Rappaport. Everywhere in Martin's hometown, he saw the signs, white only, which means only white people could go into those places. His mother said these signs were in all southern cities and towns in the United States, places like Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia and other places. Every time Martin read the words, he felt bad until he remembered what his mother told him. You are as good as anyone. So his mom is saying, don't pay any attention to those words. They're not true. You're just as good as anybody else. In church, Martin sang hymns, songs about God. He read from the Bible. He listened to his father preach, tell other people about God. These words made him feel good. When I grow up, I'm going to get big words too. So he wants to learn how to talk to other people and tell them things. Martin grew up. He became a minister, someone who helps take care of people in the church, like his father, and he used the big words he had heard as a child from his parents and from the Bible. Everyone can be great. He studied the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi, and that's Mahatma Gandhi. He learned how the Indian nation won freedom, or people from India, without ever firing a gun. Martin said, love, when others said hate. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So he says that you cannot make things better by hating everyone around you. You have to love everybody around you, and things will get better, hopefully. He said together when others said separate. He said peace when others said war. Sooner or later, all the people of the world will have to discover a way to live together. So he's saying people have to figure out a way to get along with each other. In 1955, on a cold December day in Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks was coming home from work. A white man told her to get up from her seat on the bus so he could sit. She said no and was arrested. Montgomery's black citizens learned of her arrest. It made them angry. They decided not to ride the buses until they could sit anywhere they wanted. So the people rode the buses a lot. And so the bus company got a lot of money from them riding the bus. So when they didn't ride the bus for a long time, then the bus company would not get all that extra money. So they may want to let them ride the bus wherever they want. For 381 days, more than a year, they walked to work and school and church. They walked in rain and cold and in blistering heat when it was very hot outside. Martin walked with them and talked with them and sang with them and prayed with them until the white city leaders had to agree they could sit anywhere they wanted. When the history books are written, someone will say there lived black people who had the courage to stand up for their rights. In the next 10 years, black Americans all over the South protested when people got together and said they didn't like something for equal rights, getting to do the same things as other people. Martin walked with them and talked with them and sang with them and prayed with them. White ministers told them to stop. Mayors and governors and police chiefs and judges ordered them to stop, but they kept on marching. Wait! For years I have heard the word wait. We have waited more than 340 years for our rights. They were jailed and beaten and murdered, but they kept on marching. Some black Americans wanted to fight back with their fists. Martin convinced them not to by reminding them of the power of love. Love is the key to the problems of the world. Many white Southerners, people from states like Alabama and Mississippi and Georgia and other states, hated and feared Martin's words. A few threatened to kill him and his family. His house was bombed, his brother's house was bombed, but he refused to stop. Remember, if I am stopped, this movement will not be stopped because God is with this movement. The marches continued. More and more Americans listened to Martin's words. He shared his dreams and filled them with hope. I have a dream that one day in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. After 10 years of protests, the lawmakers in Washington voted to end segregation, and that's when you're not able to sit, ride, eat, or go where they wanted. The white-only signs in the South came down. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. cared about all Americans. He cared about people all over the world, and people all over the world admired him, thought he was great. In 1964, he won the Nobel Peace Prize, prize given to someone who does great things to help other people. He won it because he taught others to fight with words, not fists. Martin went wherever people needed help. In April 1968, he went to Memphis, Tennessee. He went to help garbage collectors who were on strike, refusing to work until their bosses were nicer to them. He walked with them and talked with them and sang with them and prayed with them. On his second day there, he was shot. He died. His big words are alive for us today. Freedom, peace, together. I have a dream, love. So the things that he said, people still remember.